we doing here?
We love an affordable trip.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone is loving that.
Yeah.
Cedric, how's the weather out there?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention too much, so I was like,
I was trying, folks.
Yeah, well, you know, if you want to take a trip, maybe if you can't make it to the snow castles and snow monsters in Japan, you know, we might have maybe a little snowman about like that size up in our mountains.
A little mini.
Yeah, something. So you can get away. We got a few snowflakes still coming down. Let me show you what's going on right now on the radar here. The rain showers here in the valley, the good news is it's come to an end, and most of these snow showers are coming to an end as well. But we still have a few flakes that are showing up out there from Alta over towards portions of the Wasatch back in the mountains there. So be aware of that. Watch out for some winter driving conditions here as you make your way over towards the mountains. But for the most part, things are improving and will continue to do so as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon. So Futurecast showing us that northwesterly flow banking up against the mountains, giving us some of those snow showers still this afternoon early on. But by late this afternoon, we will have things drying out and clearing out across the state as high pressure begins to build in across the region. And high pressure will become the big story here over the next couple of days. For our Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be looking at that high pressure creating lots of sunshine. A weak front passing by to our north, but the main dynamics are going to be way up into Canada. In fact, the closest rain will be actually over towards portions of Montana and into North Dakota. So nowhere near us. So we will stay quiet, just a wind shift out there overall, but decent weather expected. So right now we've got this low pressure trough in place here that is giving us the chilly air mass here across northern Utah. Meanwhile, southern Utah dealing with some very nice weather. Lots of sunshine and temperatures into the 60s to near 70, but that low pressure trough will lift off towards the east here as we go into your Tuesday. That's going to allow this high pressure ridge to build back across the region. And we know when high pressure builds in, when you have cooler air, fresh cool air at the surface here, it tends to give us that warm layer of air that's trapped in the midsections, and that begins to trap, yes, you guessed it, all the pollutants and everything, and that gives us that haze. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Inversion season kicking back off here as we get that inversion layer. Think of it as a lid right there in the middle of the atmosphere there. So as anything tries to lift out of the atmosphere, it gets trapped and goes right back down to the ground, which is why in the valley areas we deal with that inversion the most there, where that layer really starts to form. Now, I think it's going to be an overall fairly weak one, so I don't think this will be like the ones we see in December, January, and February, but still, it is an inversion nonetheless that's going to be setting up, or at least a pattern that's going to set up for that. And that means if you're on the valley floors, yeah, you're going to be noticing that when you're walking around or driving around that hazy sky out there over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, once you get above that thin layer of haze, yeah, you break out in the sunshine. So you get above the benches and up towards the mountains there. You got blue skies with high pressure in charge and even warmer temperatures in some instances. So that's going to be the case for us here as we go into the next couple of days. Right now, it's not warm. Low 40s here across portions of the Wasatch Front with mid 40s area wide. We've got 50s and 60s down across the south and southeast as we go throughout the rest of today. High temperatures probably not moving much, only around 50 here along the Wasatch Front with clearing skies developing this afternoon. Southwest Utah, it's a different story. A lot of sunshine expected there with warm temperatures. We should climb into the upper 70s for those highs. Hey, quickly, I do want to give you a little weather history here. This is some of the extreme data that we see here for Halloween here in Salt Lake City. It's been as warm as 77 back in 2014. It's been as cold as 18 back in 1935. The rainiest Halloween was back in 1933, and the snowiest one was 1971 when we had 8.5 inches. The good news is we're not looking at any extreme weather this Halloween. In fact, it should be mostly clear out there for most of us. Temperatures down south dropping from the 70s into the mid-60s. Temperatures here along the Wasatch Front dropping from the 50s into the 40s. May need a light jacket for some of the late trick-or-treaters, but the earlier ones, I think you'll be fine. Otherwise, daylight saving time, it does end this weekend. Remember, we fall back Saturday night into Sunday morning. That means our sunsets go from 7 p.m. to down to just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so prepare for that. St. George, upper 70s to the low to mid 70s Tuesday into Wednesday with lots of sunshine. Then we're back into the upper 70s to close out the week. As we fall back this weekend, the Wasatch Front, chilly day today with those below average temperatures. Otherwise, hazy sunshine expected for the middle of the work week. And then we're back in the 60s for the weekend.